Also about medical care for the disadvantaged in Taiwan, Tzu Chi International Medical Association's free clinics don't just reach out to seniors in remote villages, but it also helps the migrant labor workforce in Taiwan. This outreach program began in 2003 when a Filipino migrant worker spoke from her heart about the heartache of working and living in a foreign country to her employer, who was a Tzu Chi volunteer. Now, thanks to that migrant worker, all across the island, TIMA members regularly hold medical outreach events to care for these important yet often ignored individuals. In Taiwan, foreign workers are everywhere. Nearly 600,000 strong, this army of migrant workers is the backbone of Taiwan's manufacturing industry, or taking care of Taiwan's aging society. However, they can also end up here.
I just want to return to Vietnam. I don't want to be here anymore.
Taiwan has a special place in my heart. I have good and bad memories here.
Each month, TIMA members hold a medical outreach inside the detention center in Nantou for detainees. This event requires the guards to stay alert, but for the center, it is more convenient than the alternative of taking them to an outside medical facility.
When foreign workers run away, they are no longer covered by the national health insurance, so it's very expensive for them to go see a doctor. If they are sick, it's our responsibility to provide medical care. But if we leave the detention center, then we have liabilities.
The detention center is the final stop before foreign workers get deported. Despite their status, TIMA members do their best to give them a fond farewell.
You don't judge us, but instead take care of our ailments. I'll always remember you care for us.
Without asking why they are detained, volunteers treat each person equally. Among the participating doctors is Chi50, who doesn't only want to be a good doctor, but also one filled with compassion.
In the past, I worked hard to play hard. Each year, I'd take an out-of-the-country vacation. After joining Tzu Chi, my trips overseas are for free clinics or other Tzu Chi functions. I no longer vacation overseas.
The frequency in which Tzu Chi partners with different organizations or local government sectors to hold free clinics for migrant workers is an indication of the role foreign labor force plays in Taiwan. Legal foreign laborers in Taiwan have access to the national health insurance, but getting permission to leave their work post to see a doctor is another obstacle, especially for those who look after the ailing or elderly in Taiwan. This is Tzu Chi's free clinic for foreign workers in New Taipei City. Suwati made sure she visited each and every medical department.
I'm happy because it's free.
Meanwhile, another area of the free clinic that is especially set up for migrant workers is the psychosomatic medicine department, headed up by Dr. Li Jiafu. Dr. Li had just landed in Taiwan from an overseas trip and rushed over immediately.
The most important thing is, if they slept better at night, their condition would be more stable. In turn, they can take better care of our family members.
Suwati, who's taking care of a stroke victim, has been at her job for less than 6 months.
Help me, doctor. I can't sleep at night. Is there a way for me to feel less fatigued and more relaxed? When I can't sleep at night, sometimes I burst into tears and think about why am I here. I just want to return to Indonesia, but I can't.
When the indicator turns red, it means the person is stressed. We can teach them how to relax. It's easy, simply by concentrating on one's breathing. This method of relaxation means they won't have to be medicated.
Each weekend, the Taipei main station becomes a place where migrant workers gather to socialize and relax from the work week grind. In a way, these free clinics held every 2 months has also become a way for participating doctors to relax from the work week grind as well.
Taking a break doesn't necessarily mean sleeping or climbing a mountain. Participating in free clinics is a way to rest from my heart's perspective.
These medical outreach for foreign workers actually began because of one Tzu Chi volunteer's conversation with his own foreign helper at home. In 2003, on his balcony, Tzu Chi volunteer Huang Qiuliang's Filipino helper spoke to him from her heart. He returns to Taipei Shuang Park, the venue of the first free clinic for migrant workers, to reminisce.
She said, "I see the volunteers caring for Taiwanese people all the time. Could you perhaps maybe care for us foreign people?" I replied, "Of course we can."
This is TIMA'S first ever free clinic for foreign laborers. Back then, mobile phones and internet connections were not as readily available, so volunteers prepared a thoughtful gift.
We gave out prepaid calling cards because back then, phone calls were still very expensive. So with the card, they can call whoever they want back home, like their mother or father.
At the time, a t-shirt was designed to commemorate the event. 13 years later, a new group of foreign workers wear these shirts. This time, the migrant workers are not patients, but instead volunteers of the free clinic. It's in these moments that Taiwan has become a second home for them.